2 rows back, on the other side," Michelle replied, her voice so soft it was almost inaudible. Then she jerked her head in the direction she wanted her oldest sister to look and nudged her again. Hannah turned around and gave a little gasp as she saw the couple seated 2 rows behind them on the aisle. It was Mayor Bascom and his wife, Stephanie. And they were the very couple Hannah had least expected to see at Holy Redeemer Lutheran this morning. "Mother convinced Mrs. Bascom to come," Michelle continued, her lips close to Hannah's ear. "She didn't think anyone would have the nerve to object to Reverend Knudsen and Claire getting married if they were here for the announcement. I mean, what reason could they give in front of the mayor's wife?" "Diabolical," Hannah breathed, shooting her mother an admiring look. Rumor had it that Claire had once been Mayor Bascom's mistress. No one could prove it, but some members of the congregation tended to look down their noses at Claire. It was the reason Hannah, her family, and the scores of people that Dolores had recruited were here to support the Reverend's announcement. There was no way Hannah and her extended family were going to let anyone throw a damper on this happy occasion. "I'm delighted to see so many of you at services this morning," Reverend Knudsen said, beaming. And then he proceeded to announce upcoming activities for the week. Hannah learned that Bible study would take place on Monday night. There would be a church rummage sale on Tuesday afternoon. They would hold twilight services on Wednesday at 7, with choir practice immediately after the service, and Luther League would meet in the church basement on Thursday night. Friday evening was slotted for Lutherans Without Partners, a new singles club. There would be 2 weddings on Saturday, and the regular services on Sunday morning. And now, if you'll bear with me, I'd like to say something on a personal note. There is someone in this congregation who is near and dear to my heart." Hannah nudged Michelle. This was it. Reverend Knudsen was about to do it. "That someone is Winifred Henderson, and I'd like to thank her for her years of service in the church nursery. Because of Winnie, many of you mothers have enjoyed worry-free Sunday church services, knowing that your children are well cared for and happy in the nursery. Even though we don't ordinarily applaud in church, I think Winnie deserves a standing ovation." Hannah stood and applauded along with everyone else, and then she sat back down to wait for the last announcement. Reverend Knudsen's eyes met hers for a moment, and then they quickly skittered away. "Uh-oh," Hannah breathed, coming very close to groaning out loud. There was only one reason for Reverend Knudsen to avoid her eyes. Claire had gotten cold feet and asked him to delay the announcement again. The Reverend's hand began to rise in a signal for the organist to play the recessional, but Hannah was quicker, and she shot to her feet. "Wait," she said loudly. "I have an announcement to make." All eyes swiveled in her direction, and Hannah came close to wishing that the floor would open up and swallow her. But something had to be done right now, and she had to do it. Reverend Knudsen and Claire were perfect for each other, and Claire was letting her fear of rejection stand in the way of their future happiness. "I know you're too modest to mention how hard you work to keep all these church activities going," Hannah began, making up a speech as she went. "I didn't realize it before, but you just told us about a meeting or group or event every single day of the week, and you go to every one of them. Not only that, you counsel people if they have a problem, you visit the sick at Lake Eden Hospital, and you or Grandma Knudsen are always available on the phone if we need you. I know I speak for everyone here when I say that